Chad Bunch on the beat.
Hey, let's go with 4 driving, man. It's gonna be a curveball. Let's go, Jay. The game. Oh, you got that.
Oh man, that was a long trip to Murfreesboro. I'm finally done with the 22-23 season. Get to take a break and chill for a second.
Mr. Simmons. Glad I caught you.
McCoy?
What's going on?
Hey, good. I saw you up in Murfreesboro last state.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
yes, sir. Look, all right, so I know Grind and Glory's coming up, right? I got some ideas, okay? Because, you know,
okay.
I could be on the cover, you know what I'm saying? So I got some ideas, right? So, see, this is last year.
Yeah.
So you got a little background going thing.
Yeah.
I think we'll do Ted Lasso, you know what I'm saying? I could do
You want to do a Ted Lasso cover?
I mean, it's like, have you ever seen it?
Yeah.
I mean, just
Soccer,
take another look at it, you know what I'm saying? I can do
Okay.
some poses. Where's a little football? This is a little small, you know what I'm
You
saying?
been to my office before? You know my setup? You must be watching the
I
Jazz
do,
reports.
yeah. Anyway, so I could pose like this, or you can have me doing some like handoff or like running the ball. You know what I'm saying? Cause I tote that thing. You know what I'm saying? I could be in here and
This
drop
kid
back, you know,
serious?
like scrambling out.
Take one this week. Thomas Towers joins me. Spring Fling 2023 is a wrap.
Yeah.
Thomas, you got to see some softball, a little bit of everything, but we're going to primarily focus on softball with you.
Okay.
You saw Mufford play some softball. You saw Tipton Rosemart play some softball.
Well,
Mufford had a good showing at times, and then they just couldn't hit the ball at times.
I kind of watched them play some softball. They wouldn't let us on the field as media this year. They said
Yeah, what's up with that,
they said-
TSAA?
Yeah, they said they didn't have enough. The coaches met and then kicked us off the field. So I was like, what? So we had to take pictures behind the center field fence, through the gate, all that kind of stuff. Then they had some areas set up behind the net. So you got a chance to kind of see the game, but yeah, competitive. And I started off day one with Mumford. Lexi Billing, senior, she's going out as pretty much as a legend up there. She willed her team to that position that stayed with a young team, but her sister Sadie is in the wings to take over that pitching spot. They got a lot of young pieces. So Coach Reagan Huffman, they were a year ahead of schedule. So they were playing with house money when they got up there, but it validated Lexi Billing's hard work to just make it up there that far.
Yeah, talk about what's the future. They got a young team coming back, or
Yeah, very young team. Some good pieces. Jordan Wilson, one of the best towards the top of the lineup, middle infielder. I think they had 3 seniors this year, so a lot of that lineup is coming back and developing some nice players. But they will get some competition up the road at Brighton because a legend from Tipton Rosemart, Maddie Kate, is coming to take over for Coach Robin Jacobs, who retired after 32 years.
congratulations, Coach Jacobs.
Yeah, legendary career. 13, all-state players, 10 state appearances. The list goes 700 wins. Oh wait, I'm doing a story on him, so we all read about it in the Millington Star. But yeah, legendary career wrapping up. So now it's time for the young blood to come in. Maddie Kate will come in. She won a state championship with Rosemart as a softball player. So I think Brighton's going to push them. And then you got to look at the league realignment. I think Millington's going to join in their league. So it's going to be fun with the new league and the new outlook that we go into 2023-24.
All right, we're going to talk about Tipton Rosemart. They beat Chattanooga Christian, a different name that people weren't really used to in the state tournament for softball. I guess it's a new school. I really don't know anything about their background. But
fairly young, yeah.
But Chattanooga Christian, Rosemart beat them in the first game. And then they played Baylor, which is a powerhouse now. They took over the GPS and all them. Baylor is for real. Let's just say that.
Yeah, they've won like 9 in a row now. So the girls come in, they look like they're cookie cutter. They look like machines walking in. They're all about, they look like they're 6'5", but they're not that tall. And they all have a textbook swing style. You don't know who's the pitcher, who's the shortstop. They are a machine. They are well-oiled, and they're fundamentally sound. Rosemart pushed them in that second game, where the winners bracket game, and It's 2-0 into the 5th inning. And then they exploded for 8 runs, including a home run, and that was checkmate right there.
Right.
They had that type of ability at Baylor, and then they took care of business against Chattanooga Christian in the championship game. Rosemont was starting off well in that elimination game, but Chattanooga Christian had a homer, and it was a bad day for pitching, both sides. So that's why you had 11-8 score.
Right.
Very entertaining game, but my team came out on the wrong side of it.
Now, the future for Rosemart is going to be kind of interesting, in my opinion, just because are they still going to be staying in the same division, or are they going to go back down, like with other sports, play?
Yeah, because Coach Sanfratello made the decision a couple years ago to jump up to Division II AA to compete with St. Benedict, and it paid off. It dethroned St. Benedict. Briarcrest is emerging as well, so he jumped in that league. But I'm not sure. I hadn't heard official word that they're going to drop back down and play in that competitive league, and you have to worry about the Silverdales and all that.
Right.
It's not going to be easy either way. But he has a young team, 2 seniors graduating. And one who played primarily Caroline Jones in the center field. But, Brooke Harrison, who will be a senior next year, she is phenomenal. On base percentage, I think, is near like 1,000. And she's at the plate, she's getting on base somewhere. And she's the leadoff. So as long as you got that foundation, Elaney Howell pitching, a couple other girls up there getting in the circles, Rosemont will be competitive if they're in single A or double A next year.
I do want to say I think the TSAA, nothing against them, but I think they are making a big mistake for the first round of state, just because they're only taking 2 teams out of the West.
Oh yeah.
So this year and last year also they took the top 2, and it's not fair for. I know they only got 4 teams in that division. I've been asking Coach Patterson, maybe he can give me some insight, but it doesn't make sense to me where 5 teams from Middle Tennessee get to go in the first round, and then 4 teams out of East Tennessee or 5 teams from East Tennessee too get to go where. I know coaches might vote on it and whatnot, but still, it's not fair where the top 2 only advance to that first round of state, to qualify for the state tournament in general.
Well,
to me, it should be top 3. If there's at least 3, since there's 4 teams in that division, they should bring top 3.
Well, they might need to expand it from a 14 bracket to an 18 bracket, so more qualified teams can get up there. Some things they can do to tweak it, but it does seem unfair to have a rotation. 1 year West Tennessee, then 1 year's Middle Tennessee gets 3, all that kind of stuff. It's weird how they treat the private school sector, but it's all about money at the end of the day. So who's going to travel better? Who's going to who has more prestige? A Baylor, a GPS, and all of those schools. So sometimes it might just come down to that green.
And congratulations to all other area teams that we have covered, throughout the year. Congratulations to all softball teams. Even for the Millington sakes, they won the district tournament, they won the region tournament. They just fell short in that sub-state game to Mumford.
And Lexi Billings.
Yeah, congratulations to all the local teams on a great year. All the seniors, thank y'all for amazing 4 years for softball. That's my take 1 this week. All right, my take 2 this week, we're going to get some track and field, some love. Congratulations to Barlow High School track team. They won back-to-back state championships, and congratulations to Mumford's relay team featuring Mr. Cobbs, who's a 2-sport athlete as well. And congratulations to Mr. Jace Hodge as well from Mumford on a great state tournament run as well. And congratulations to all other local teams on a great year for track and field and a great accomplishment this past week at the state tournament in Murfreesboro. All right, my take 3 this week. The state tournament team, Millington Central High School Trojans, their first time ever going to the state tournament. Mr. Pugh joins me now. 2-sport athlete, football and soccer. You got any other sports I don't know about?
No,
But congratulations on going to the state tournament, my friend.
Thanks, sir.
So just talk about going to the state tournament in general. How does that feel?
I'm still trying to figure out just how incredible it is that we made it to state. It was a great feeling, and it just felt like we should have been there, and it felt like we earned it, and because we worked hard in the off season, and it was a great feeling. We all relished in it.
Yeah, I know y'all played a tough team in Greenville. I hate to bring up the score. Y'all lost 6-0, but just talk about how good that team. They lost to the state in the state championship, but just talk about how good that team actually was.
They were to me they seemed like a 3A team, really, honestly. Watching those other teams out there play Bartlett and Brentwood, I feel like they could have competed with them. It really just showed us that next level that's up there at the state tournament.
How hard is it to basically do both sports, baseball or soccer and football during that springtime? Or did you get a chance to do football workouts too, or did Coach Michael give you a slide and say, okay, just focus on soccer?
A lot of communication with both coaches on back and forth. Obviously, I was in the spring and it was during soccer season, so my main focus was soccer. But I would make sure to get my workouts in, and during spring football, I worked out with my soccer coach. Sometimes I would leave soccer early and go to football so we could practice. And there was one time I even had a spring scrimmage before a game.
Wow.
And so just communication and trying to work it out with the coaches.
Yeah, y'all finished the year 14-4-3, 5-0 in the district. Y'all played some tough teams in that regular season as well, so congratulations to your coaching staff to get y'all ready for the postseason and the state tournament by playing those tough teams like SBA 2-1, White Station 5-1. Y'all tied Brighton and Mumford. And then you beat Haywood for the district title, and then y'all beat Haywood again for the region title.
Yes, sir.
So y'all got to host that sub-state game, so that's the most important thing, regarding that as well.
Yes, sir.
So just talk about your accomplishment on this season in general, like your scheduling, how it got y'all ready for the postseason.
Like how the regular season goes.
Yeah.
Ready? So we got to play a wide variety of teams with a wide variety of playing styles, and it was definitely a learning experience. We worked on some different formations, a lot of team bonding, and trying to figure out within our team how we would get to where we got. And Coach Everson, he's a great coach. He did a great job preparing us. We watched film. It was we just tried to stay as solid as we could,
Just talk about your other football teammate, Mr. Michael. I know he couldn't be here today.
Yes, sir.
But just talk about his moving from defense to offense, on the soccer team this year. Helped the team in general. I know he scored like 20-something goals, it felt like, in 3 games. So just talk about Mr. Michael.
So, phenomenal player. Brings some electricity to the team, definitely. He's able to move the ball around. He has great vision, great speed, great explosiveness. And he's able to teach us things because he's a club player, so he has a lot of experience with high-level elite soccer. And he's able to teach us some things. We were able to do some drills from his club team, and he definitely made a huge difference.
All right, I'm going to give you some scores from the other state tournament real quick. 1A, Alcoa 2, Madison Magnet 3 in the state title game. Baylor College Prep 1, Greenville 0. They lost, like we said, in the state title game. Bartlett 2, Laverne 0. They played in the first round. But Bartlett battled pretty well against the Brentwood team, lost 3-2, and Brentwood won it all 3-0. Then Lausanne won the state championship, beat Boyd Buchanan 3-0. CPA beat Christian Rose in that first round, but NBA beat CPA in the state title game 2-1, and then based on penalty kicks, they won 4-3. All right, I want to ask you a quick question. A lot of people don't know the overtime rules in high school. So basically, do you think going forward, do you think the TSAA can make, regarding like, I know some districts do penalty kicks right after regulation. Do you think all schools should be able to have that opportunity, or do you think only certain divisions?
Soccer's soccer. So, no matter what level you play at, I like the
ending a tie. Like I said, there's a lot of ties going on right now.
Yes, sir.
That's one reason I'm thinking that all teams should have that opportunity to have penalty kicks instead of a tie, because you can always count that penalty kicks as a winning record.
Mm-hmm. Talking about like even if it's not in district play?
Right.
Oh. So when I first started playing soccer, I thought that was odd. However, now I don't feel like it bothers me that much. It's because if it's not a district game, it really doesn't guarantee whether you go to district or regional or state, and it keeps you from getting hurt, keeps your players from getting hurt in overtime because it gets tight and aggressive in those last few minutes, especially in overtime. So we're talking like just PKs or like a little bit of overtime play?
I'll tell you
PKs?
PKs, like right after regulation, go straight to PKs. Because I know some teams are doing that.
I don't think that's a bad idea.
Yeah. I think it should be happening all over the state, like no matter what division, because it can get them some practice in for some other games, then go on to state, you could basically use that practice going into the state tournament for that.
Okay, that makes sense.
So what's next for Mr. Pugh and the football team? What's the football team? How anything will be okay?
Oh yeah, so we actually started our summer stuff this morning, and
6 a.m. I might add.
And so we'll be ready to go. Just getting our summer stuff together, make sure everything's sharp that we practice in the spring football season, and just keeping everybody strong, making sure just kind of a maintenance summer, and making sure that everything's crisp for this coming season.
Well, you are one of the leaders on that football team, so keep up the good work on that. Real quick, last question. Favorite road game as a football player and a soccer player so far?
Okay, so road game, I would have to say for soccer, definitely state.
Okay.
I guess that qualify as a road
Sure.
game? Okay, because we traveled to Murfreesboro, so definitely that one. And football, man, where have I been in football?
M&M Bowl?
Shoot. I don't know about that one.
Hey, is Thomas' favorite team Tizzy Ball Rocky Top?
Probably we went to Giles County.
Okay.
A few years ago, I think that was my sophomore season, right after COVID, and we had to kind of jam games in there that weren't scheduled.
Right.
It was a good little drive, and we got to go see some good scenery, good football stadium, see a good team, see what they're about.
Well, if anybody wants to follow you on social media, where can they find you?
Twitter.
What's your Twitter
That's
name?
where it's at. My Twitter handle is @mpew_08.
All right, Mr. Pugh. Appreciate it, man.
Yes, sir.
A little soccer bonus. We got Joseph Dawson and Coach Carter from the Bartlett High School Panthers.
All right, Joseph, how do you feel about today's win?
Yeah, it feels good, especially being it's our first state game in history. It's an honor to be the first goal scorer in Bartlett history. The goals, they were good goals. I got good balls from Max and Maddox. I looked at both of them before the cross, and they saw me, and they just knew right where to put it. So it was a good game. We saw it out, got the clean sheet, and we're ready to take on Brentwood tomorrow.
Coach, how do you feel about the win today against Laverne?
I feel great about it. It's one of those things, there's a lot of expectations and new realities when you make the state tournament for the first time. And, today we came in a little bit with nerves, and having, a young team, it was expected. But I think really when Joseph Dawson stepped up and scored our first goal off of a free kick from Max Steele, that the nerves kind of settled and we started playing, our game, and we're able to put the game away. And Joe actually ended up having a brace. He scored off a corner kick from Maddox Terwilliger in the second half, and from then on we were just able to sub and get people some more experience on the field and let the ball do the work, and just gassed them out till the end, and we were able to come away with a win. Tomorrow we play Brentwood, and now we're focused on Brentwood. We learned a lot of good lessons today in our first game, and I think those nerves will go away. Looking forward to tomorrow, and hopefully we can pull off a result and make it to the state final in our first trip to state ever.
All right, my take for this week, might save it for the best for the last. He's going to be enjoying retirement soon. Well, he's actually retired now. Mr. Rodney Patterson, who's a legend from Mumford back in the 90s to Bartlett in the 2000s. And now from Fayette Academy, he's officially retiring altogether. Coach Rodney Patterson, thank you for joining me on the JS Report.
Thank you for having me.
So real quick, how does it feel to be officially retired first?
Well, I'm still teaching and taking care of the fields, but I am retired from coaching. It feels good. It's kind of a relief because coaching can drain you. All the responsibilities you have as a head coach, and you just got a lot that you take on every day.
What can you say, let's just start out with Mumford real quick. Mumford, you had a good career there. Bartlett, you had a good career there. And then you up and down kind of like Fayette Academy, but still, y'all had a good, decent, for a younger class in general, like you told me off air one time, you had to battle a lot of injuries at Fayette Academy. Just talk about all three schools real quick.
Yeah, Bartlett I started actually in the late 80s.
Okay.
And was there for 4 years. Went to Gibson County 1 year and then to Mumford. And Mumford I inherited a really good team. Coach Harold that was there before me did a really good job with them. And I just came in and just had to manage who played where and the rotation of pitching and all that kind of stuff. But that was an exciting group. And then going back to Bartlett was a lot of fun. We had a good run in the late 1900s, 1990s. And 1990s.
So your age a little bit, okay.
And then that was fun. And then Fayette Academy was after I retired from teaching, and so that was a good gig because I got to be a head coach again to finish up my career. So that was a lot of fun.
I asked you a question like we talked about for softball just a second ago with Thomas. How do you think, how come baseball and softball just can't get more teams played in that first round of state? Do you know any idea though?
The only thing I can think is that there's more teams on the other side.
Okay.
And West Tennessee may not have as many of the smaller, private school teams than the other sides do. That's the only thing I can think of would be that.
Right. Any, congratulations to your counterpart in North Point. They're in the same division as you
Right.
as winning the
They're very
state title. So congratulations to North Point. Congratulations to Collierville as well. And congratulations to Brighton and Dyer County for having a great state tournament run as well. And congratulations to that Collierville pitcher that threw that no-hitter.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm in the perfect setting of a state tournament, you threw a no-hitter. Congratulations to that player as well. But just talk about what's going forward, the Fate Academy under Connor Ferguson, that we just now know that got hired recently at Fate Academy, who's coming over from Arlington. What does the future look like, right, for Fate Academy?
Fate Academy is really young. They got one senior coming back, Luke Jenkins, we call him LJ. And so it's going to be kind of tough starting out, but there's a good young bunch of kids coming up in middle school and below that are good baseball players. So I feel like the program itself is going to improve because of the young players coming up.
And then they still get that middle school program too, right?
Yeah. Middle school had a good year last year. We actually had two teams, a 5th grade team and a 6th and 7th grade team. And the 8th graders we move up to play JV.
That's pretty awesome.
So I'm excited about Connor being there. I coached Connor at Arlington and Coach Edwards.
Right.
Coached him there too. And so it's good to have that group coming in, that young group.
What can anybody follow you on social media just to keep up, with any sports in general?
Well, I had the Fate Academy Twitter account.
Okay.
I kind of turned that over to Coach Edwards.
Okay.
And I have my own Twitter thing that I have basically for my family type thing.
Right.
So, but I can't even remember my Twitter
It's all good.
handle there.
From this year's talent for baseball-wise, it's probably the best talent that I probably have seen in so many years, in my opinion, regarding baseball talent. And not only to Shelby County, but Tipton County, surrounding area, and DeSoto County as well. Just what can you say about this talent this year in general for the Memphis area?
Well, there's so many good players out there,
Yeah.
At every level. It doesn't matter if it's a small private school division or the large school division. Baseball has boomed, and you got so many avenues you can go with. You got so many teaching things. Technology has changed baseball. When I started in the late 1980s, technology has just changed the game. It's just unbelievable what you can learn from the
Game changer.
Yeah, game changer, and the cameras that slow everything down and see exactly what you're doing in your swing and your pitching form and everything. So it's changed the game.
All right, I'm going to put you on the spot. You got any questions for the JS report since we know each other so many years?
Well, it's good what y'all do, to get these sports, the sports avenue well known through this area, and give them the praise that they need on the players that are coming through. They need that avenue of attention for sure.
And like I said, I think the players deserve a lot of credit because it is all about the kids in the long run. Because one, it could get like Mr. Pugh right there. You never know, he could be interviewed as a freshman in college.
Right.
So he could basically, get a little bit more practice in before he gets off to college. Because think about it, ESPN Plus is out there these days. A lot of YouTube channels are going nationwide now regarding rivals and stuff like that. And they interview players on the spot these days.
Oh yeah.
So if anybody wants to reach out to me at all for the JS report, feel free as well. And reach out to Thomas at West End Media if I'm not available. And then that's what I take forward. Coach Rodney Patterson, the legend, Rodney Patterson.
Thank you.
No problem.
So that's last year. You got all that?
Yeah.
You got it?
I think I got him.
All right,
Cool.
Cool. That works.
Okay, I'll see you in July.
Yeah, I see you. I see it right from the pictures.
Okay.
Thomas, look like you've been having a long day, man.
Yeah, Coach P, I really have. Whoa, I don't know how you did it all these years.
Well, you just know it's all about the kids. It's all about the kids.
Yes, sir. I appreciate that advice, Coach.
Yep, yep,
Whew, and I know you know all about that.
yep.
So you gonna get back out there with them?
Well, no, I'm gonna give it up. I'm gonna retire from coaching. Put my time in. 38 years is long enough.
So you about to leave me, Coach?
I am.
I'll try to hold the fort down for
All
you.
right, man. Enjoy your time working though. It's a lot of fun.
Yes, sir. I will,
All
Coach.
right.
Man, I can't wait to get there one day.